What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, I have something absolutely insane for you guys. So, I've been perusing this page a little bit more recently. This is the Meta TFT one tricks page, and it just shows everybody who is kind of like one tricking different comps, how well they've been doing with them. A lot of it is like players in like master tier who, are just spamming like 5 experiment or 6 sentinel, like academy comps and stuff like this, and doing like pretty well with it. And I think this is a really cool place to see match histories for people if you're interested in like learning how like one tricks decide to play around a comp. But there's one trick above them all recently, and this is this Korean player. I actually Google translated this name, and it says it translates to serving. I'm not sure which definition of serving it is, but I don't know. Maybe we'll call them serving throughout the VOD. But I mean, look at this graph. On the 20th of January, they're sitting at about 80 LP, and today they are at 1,105 LP. They climbed over 1,000 LP in basically like two full days, essentially. Like, I don't know how such a thing is possible. And if you look at their match history, that's a scrap game, that's a scrap game, that's a scrap game. Every single game, they are just hard forcing this scrap line throughout this entire climb. Look way down here. They're not playing the scrap comp, but like, look at this. This is the last, like, I don't even know how many games are all this scrap comp. So I thought, I have to VOD read this player, but I realized, I Google their name, no stream comes up, nothing comes up. So how are we actually going to VOD review the player? Well, there is a nice little spectate button in LOL chess in Meta TFT, and so I said, you know what? I am going to go the extra mile. I don't think I will leak anything by pulling this over, but this is a super stupid Python program that I wrote to just kind of like, I'm gonna start using this more in the future. Actually, I don't know, I'm hyped for it. Yeah, there's no like, I don't know, this isn't on like my IP address or anything like spectator. No, I don't think this has any identifiable information in it. But in any case, I wrote this really quick program. I am not a very good programmer. I'm completely self-taught. So, feel free to flame me. And this is 1,000,000,000% a work in progress. But I basically put in a bunch of LOL chesses, and I said, if any of them are in a game, download the spectator file, run it, and record it. And it worked for the first time today. I started working on this today, and so we have ourselves a VOD to review from serving here. I'm so excited actually to get this working, especially because this, like, if I can actually get this, like really working, this means I can VOD review anybody that I want. And yeah, like I said, it's definitely like kind of a work in progress right now. It is not perfect, and I opened up Overwolf because I wanted to see if it had recorded. I actually watched a game before this of this exact same player, but it didn't record it on Overwolf, so this is the OBS recording of it actually. But yeah, you can see this is spectator mode. I can see every augment this player is looking at, all this kind of stuff. The only thing that I can't see is if they're like scouting or anything, or like where their cursor moves around. I can see obviously like what units they buy and where they move units, but I can't actually see other stuff besides that. So that's the only downside to it. But I mean, still very nice way to get a VOD review in. So let's watch serving this scrap one trick plus 1,000 LP in basically 48 hours. So the first thing to note about this player after watching a few of their games is that obviously, if we are going to be one tricking scrap, we need to be taking item augments every single chance that we can get. So we take caretakers here. Obviously, every single item you get that is potentially, an entire full item. Every component can become a full item from scrap. And it's also extra shield onto your team from scrap and all that kind of stuff. The other thing is that this player actually really likes to loss streak here. So this is actually a decently strong board from them. But you'll see, even with this board, they're not really even, we'll see actually. Are they even interested in leveling for Zeri here? I think the answer is going to be no. This player just really hates to win streak, and is basically, I watched a game where they played What Doesn't Kill You, and they basically just full opened the entire early game. But even this early game, on Maddie 2, we just don't have great items to slam, so they're going to say, you know what, I'm just going to opt into loss streak here, and I'm wondering how far they actually want to go here. They were also holding on to the Ziggs before, but I think, they decided I'd much rather make 10 gold than just play for this loss streak angle here. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the last few games I've seen from them, they're just super loss streak oriented. And yeah, I mean, I know I was looking at in Twitter, and there was someone who was doing kind of like a review of them, of the match history. One of those really good Twitter accounts. I'll see if I can find the tweet who reviews these type of accounts. And, you can review a lot from just, looking at the match history, seeing what kind of items they're holding open and all that kind of stuff. But there's so much that you can't get out of that. First item off carousel here, it's actually going to be a rod just because we want to pick up the GP. Wow, that's crazy. But I mean, it's a 3 cost, it's a GP. This can get us to 4 scrap pretty quickly and allow us to maybe snap this loss streak soon. I don't know, kind of interesting. But, there's a decent amount that you can get from looking at lull chests, but there's a lot that you are going to end up missing. And so I really actually like, being able to get the spectate in and see, what this player is doing, what they're playing around, and how they're playing at the early game. I mean, even a spot like this is really, really interesting in doing the okay, we are going to slam triple items here, but we're staying level 4, right? We could even, think about trying to start winning fights in this spot, but no, I mean, we're on a 3 loss streak already, so we might as well full loss here. And I mean, 84 HP, 3 loss, 78 HP, 3 loss. This is looking like a pretty decent loss streak, all things considered. Not insanely healthy, but hey, there's the other person's low, 77. We actually have these 2 other people in our pool who are really, really low. So I wonder if this is going to be like an int or how they're going to play around this board, because I would be really, really afraid of actually winning this fight on 4 loss. I'd want to put in like powder and the bruisers here, but okay, they're just going to stick it out. And okay, maybe everyone else was quite strong, but we end up fighting the strongest person here, and we do end up that's my cat at the door. I'm like, what am I hearing? It's Luna trying to get in here, but I don't know. She's gonna interrupt the VOD review. She's gonna jump on my keyboard. Not for this one, Luna. We'll get you in on the next one. But okay, 5 loss here. Fantastic early start. Holding on to both of these rods just as scrap items for now. We'll see if anything ends up getting built out of those. I know a lot of people have really, really high priority on scrapping things like tiers, just because tier can be Hodge onto Echo, which is really, really nice. So we'll see what these rods end up being, because that is another item that, theoretically you could scrap if you wanted to. Up to 48 gold here. I wonder if we're going to even make no, we're just going to go for the pre-level. I think this makes a lot of sense. Oh my God, she busted into the room. I didn't even... Okay. Do you want to jump up on my chair? She opened the door by herself. Okay. You want to hop up? You want to hop up on the... Okay. You can jump up if you want to. We're going to level for Swain here, 4 scrap, and 2 forms hopper. Okay, because Luna distracted me, we skipped the slams here. So let's look at the item slams in this point. So we have a Last Whisper that can get made here. That's a cattail that you can see here. Let's bring the camera down so you guys get a little bit of Luna cam. There you go. Okay, there's the Luna cam for you guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. But okay, so we make the Last Whisper here. And then we actually have kind of an interesting setup here. Like, what do we want to slam in this spot? Also, she's like bonking my mic with her head, so hopefully that doesn't mess things up too much. But yeah, like we have what does he actually take in this spot? I'm curious to see. Like did he take another bow here? What was it? Yeah, okay, so he's gonna move this over, level up. Yeah, did take another bow there, and actually makes the Gwynsu's Rage Blade onto GP. Wow, that's a crazy slam in this spot. But 5 loss here. We're gonna, play that really, really hard loss streak style. And now that we're at this point, we're actually just gonna play for the win streak. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense. This is not like a full loss streak, but it's a really, really nice full loss into, potentially, if we can, win streak. Luna. That must be, I hope that's not too loud for you guys. All right, 3rd augment here, immediately rerolls into the scrap crown, and it's just an easy pickup from here. I wonder, had he had the option, I think if he had the option to take the, whatchamacallit, the one that gives the Randuins, that's also something that we would have been interested in, just because that is a really, really, really nice way to, scale up all the extra HP that we are getting, essentially HP from scrap. So I think that would make a lot of sense, but I mean, this is certainly fine as well here. We can just be pretty happy with this spot. Ow, hey, why are you biting me? Hey, she's playing too hard. We are actually going to lose the fight here to Mr. 100 Streaker playing around this just very, very good Zyra unit. So, I mean, unfortunate actually for our streak. Hey, be nice. What the heck? I'm working right now, Luna. Chill out. Yeah, calm down, Luna cat. All right, pre-level up to level 6 here. That's another interesting call, is that we haven't actually leveled to 6. I think this is something that this player really, really, really prioritizes, is just making econ as much as you can. Giving the camera a little look there, Luna. Very, very good. Very cinematic. But yeah, just plays really, really, really hard for econ. When I was watching them in the other game that they played this comp, they were also doing a similar thing where they were just, especially with the What Doesn't Kill You, taking a big loss streak, they just played really, really, really hard for econ. So I think this is just a player who wants to prioritize making it to level 8 with as much gold as possible, because their thought is, if I can hit this board with, everything 2-starred, Also, sword seems an apt pickup here, but we'll see. Yeah, sword makes a lot of sense, I would say. But we'll see what it ends up being, actually. It's kind of interesting here. Let me move my mic so maybe you can see Luna a little bit better and you can hear me a bit better. There we go. There we go. Now the mic's not blocking Luna, and we also have, it's a little bit closer to my face. The monkey shows up here. Ooh, Radiant items. What are we going to take here? I know Radiant LW in the past has had quite decent stats. He ends up picking up TG here off of the gloves. Wow, TG here. Interesting. And slams the full IE here. So we'll see what these items end up being, and actually doesn't have time to turn the Radiant item, which is, yeah, I mean, just goes to show you can be climbing an insane amount, but still, you know, maybe not have the best mechanics. I mean, that was a hard turn to play out. You don't get much chance to turn the monkey item. Like, you don't get that much time, I would say. Do finally, well, not finally, but we pretty quickly pick up an Echo here. Going to make Radiant TG is the idea. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, and gonna fit 6 scrap into the board. The only kind of weird thing I would say about Radiant TG is obviously you can't scrap onto the unit that you're Radiant TGing, so who's getting it? Just Echo, just Radiant TG, Echo the entire game. This makes sense, and then we're just not going to care that much about scrapping. I mean, obviously we won't scrap onto Echo. Also note that we're, you know, frontlining all of these other scrap units with the idea that we just want to play, just get a lot of value out of the shield for them, right? They're all getting all of this extra shielding onto them, so we might as well put them on the front line. And we actually pick up the GP too here as well, so very, very nice in this spot. As far as upgrades go, we're almost completely stable, but still low, right? 44 HP, but this is such a common spot for this player to be in, serving here. I feel like every single game I've watched from them, they have been in this exact spot, you know, really, really low HP going into stage 4, but a lot of gold. 72 here is pretty good. Not an insane amount above curve, but the reason why we're not that rich is, I mean, look at our board. Upgraded Trundle, upgraded Ziggs, upgraded GP. We have the Echo, we have the Powder. We really, I mean, we're kind of at the board already, so it's gonna be really interesting to see like when we decide to like, you know, roll versus not roll. You know, if we want to just like roll a bit to find stuff like Corki, or if we want to do something else. Let me move the mic up more for you, Luna. Sorry. Oh, actually, I didn't mute for that, so you guys heard the full. Okay, here, there you go. Now you don't have to bonk your head on it anymore. Rolling for days, actually. Okay, let's go back and look at our options here. I mean, rolling for days seems like a pretty reasonable option in a comp like this. This player really, really prioritizes stabilizing on 8. So yeah, I mean, we even have stuff that we could look at, like item grab bag that's going to give us more items, or even climb the ladder, but rolling for days. So this idea is we're just going to take an augment that's going to spike as much as possible. We have 40 gold here, which is a decent bit, but not an insane amount. Can pick up the Elise there. We actually can even see, I think that's their team planner, which is pretty cool. Unless maybe it's my team planner, but I don't know. Well, maybe I have specifically these units in my team planner, but okay. Gonna roll it down actually like straight up to 0. So even though we have a lot of these upgrades, we're still not actually playing for the idea of just like going for a like a full like fast 9 type of idea. At 44 HP, we know we need to streak really hard, and this is something else that I've seen this player do a lot. And so I think the fact that they're doing it this game just confirms some of my suspicions. Is that, yeah, this player, like, they really, really want to hard prioritize, ow, Luna, stabilizing on level 8. Like, this is just pretty much every single game. You are such a mischief maker. But yeah, like every single game that I'm seeing them play, and yeah, oh, this is actually a really cool tech as well, and something that we could see a lot in their match history as well, the double GP onto this board. But yeah, just really, really hard stabilizing on 8. The idea being, you know, if we can find stuff like Corki 2, this is also a pretty contested comp. If we can hit everything, then we do stabilize insanely hard. So we need to play for hitting everything, I think makes a lot of sense here. And I mean, the double GPs, we even see in the match history a lot of stuff like double, there's a lot of, aw, what have I done to you, Luna? What have I done? Oh my, well, there's the end of the Luna cam. All right, back to the me cam. I'm sorry. But yeah, look at this, just rolling straight to 0 every single round. We're about to go into Anomaly here. Oh, is it? Oh, that's so funny. She heard her, we have an automatic feeder for her, and it just kicked on. I just heard it, so that's why she ran away. It's not because she doesn't love me. It's because her automatic feeder kicked on and she's hungry. But okay, we're gonna win this fight. I mean, the 5 streak, you can see the value of rolling so deep on 8, being that, you know, even having these double GPs is a lot of value. The other nice thing about the spectator is it's in my client's language, so I can see, you know, obviously I can read everything, even though this player is obviously very likely playing in Korean. This is actually a really crazy pass immediately here. Skips comeback story. on 44 HP, I'm actually pretty shocked about that. 1000 Cuts not very good. Legacy of Shrima not very good. Avarice Incarnate not very good. Calling Card, I mean, could be insane. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, well, that was a bit weird. But we took Calling Card on Echo and got Ambusher +1. So, I mean, the hope there was that we were going to take Calling Card, get Scrap +1, and be able to play for 9 Scrap and win the game for free. That did not happen because we missed. And so now we're in, I don't know, a quite awkward spot where we just got Ambusher +1. That was our entire Anomaly. But wow, I want to do some more VOD reviews of this player potentially, because that's a really weird approach to anomalizing. I saw in another game that they looked, they ended up taking Center of the Universe on Corki, which I know a lot of people rate incredibly highly. Look at this aggressiveness in the rolling it to 0 on 4-7, just saying, I need to find Corki. And I don't know how contested Corki is in this lobby, but I mean, Corki is a pretty contested unit in the Heimerdinger line, obviously in this line. And so, you know, like, I think a lot of people are taking Corkis out. So this player, just every single game, their idea is, I need to find Corki. That's all. I need to find everything upgraded. That's all that I care about. And also look at this. This is an interesting call as well here. So let's make some items. Going to make, I guess some, a JG here onto Rumble. I think makes perfect sense with the Hodge. And then I think this, is this a real component? Yeah, this is a real component that we're taking here. So pretty solid components here that we are going to lose another fight, 44 HP. Finally going to take another loss here. But I just want to like pause here and like note that on this board, like how many scrap units are we playing? We're playing our entire board of scrap. So like we're playing 6 scrap units. We are playing a scrap +1 onto the Elise, and then we're playing a GP here. So we have 8 units on our board. 7 of them are scrap units. You know, one being the anvil, like the +1, and then the other one is just a duplicate of a scrap unit. So we're playing 6 scrap. Every unit on her board is a scrap unit, which I think is just really important. And look at this, the double dupes played on this board. This is the double trouble scrap board. So I mean, this is. I think this might be part of the tech about why this player just stabilizes so hard, is they're just willing to say, I have 6 scrap units. I mean, look how big the shield I'm getting on all these units is when I have, you know, double item augments essentially this game. So why would I play anything but scrap units? And the traits fit so nicely. Obviously, like we fit Ambusher on this board, we fit Form Swapper onto this board with Elise. So I think the only non-scrap unit this player might be willing to play is Elise. That's what I've seen in, you know, some of the games. Once again, I definitely got a VOD review more, but this seems like the idea is, and you see in their match history, it's a lot of stuff like double Echo being played. So, and I imagine, you know, if Corki was uncontested, we would play double Corkis, but obviously is a bit harder to find. What this also allows you to do when you're playing this many scrap units is get more scrap items. So, you know, normally you're playing 6 scrap, the max number of scrap items you can get is 6. But in this situation, we can hit 8 items off of scrap, which is insane. We have Artillery's +1 as a potential take here, just for the Corkis. We're just going to take the TG. I mean, items are king on this comp, so we're just going to keep TGing, though. Who do we even have open to TG in this spot? Actually, we'd have to move something, right? I mean, maybe we could move tier off of, like, Echo, the idea being, and then TG him? Yeah, gonna make the vow. Yep, exactly like that. Make vow here, and then move tier over. I mean, genius as well. I love this setup. Even more items for our board, and this allows us to get to triple item rumble with the vow, which is really nice. But I mean, if you look at this board, it's really not a very high roll game, but you can see how just stabilizing, rolling down really hard, and playing so hard around just as many scrap units as possible. You know, we were lowest HP at one point in the lobby for quite a while, honestly, and now we're highest HP, 28 HP. We just stabilized disgustingly well on level 8. Okay, Luna, you had a chance to eat. You want to come back up on the lap? She does. Oh, all right. We can get for the end of the VOD a return of Luna Cam. Let me move my mic again. All right, there we go. There's the Luna Cam back. All right, we'll see if she'll stay for the rest of. But you had a good dinner. You had a good dinner, Luna. All right. But hey, that's top. Oh, I just noticed something on the right. Luna cannot distract me from the fact that second place did just hit an Alawi 3. So unless we're hitting Corki 3, we probably aren't going to be able to win out this lobby. I mean, this is a player who, I don't know, I think if you play this style, we're not going to be winning every lobby. And I would assume that this player is completely fine with that, completely fine with just farming top 4s. I'm pretty sure in their last 50, they had something like a 95% top 4 rate, something really gross like that. And so I mean, you can understand why, right? You stabilize so hard around this, just roll it really deep, and then, I mean, you know, you're going to beat every board like this, and then sure, we can just absolutely take our top twos and be really pleased with them, and there's the top two locked in. I do think, though, this is going to be the end of the game in a couple of rounds, because I doubt that we can beat, if this board beats 3-star Alawi, then I don't know, something needs to be done about it. Then, you know, Riot Games, we need to have a nerf coming. Also, isn't I think someone said something, let me patch, isn't this comp getting actually like buffed a little bit next patch, or maybe I'm crazy? I didn't patch 13.4 rundown. Oh, they just have the YouTube. Oh, well, I want to see, but I think someone mentioned that Corki might be getting buffed next patch, which, I mean, if that's the case, and yeah, I'm skipping through Mort's patch rundown video a little bit. Actually, nah, Twitch is getting a small nerf. Maybe it's not getting buffed at all. I don't know. I thought someone said something about Corki buff on the Reddit thread, but maybe that's my fault for editing. Someone said they're worried about scrap, essentially. Okay, so they're probably just saying they're worried about scrap dominating. And I mean, if this match history and this player is any sign, you can see why. And if Luna is any sign, Luna, look up. Say goodbye to the viewers, Luna. Tell them all to like, comment, and subscribe. I did a lot of work by writing a Python script so that I can get, hey, Luna, so that I can get this VOD. So you guys better like, comment, subscribe. Check out all my links. If you want to get coached, or even just to support the person who's putting all this work in, you can subscribe to my Medify group. It's basically the same as a Patreon subscription. And if you subscribe to the highest tier, I'll shout you out in a video. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Goodbye. And Luna says bye-bye. Ow, okay, sorry. I know you don't like when I touch your paws. Okay, Luna says goodbye with a bite. Goodbye.